fabulous!
Traffic is really bad today. Everyone's being a dick.
Quick, we've got to escape the music. Follow me to the land of no banjos.
How's everyone enjoying the worst picnic in the world?
Is everyone comfortable in the tiniest four-seater car in the world?
I just took a pretty big rock to the head. Ow.
What do all these people have in common? Any minute now, they're going to die of acne.
If he's not a huge frat boy trying to splash a stuffy society lady, I'm really not interested.
Are you guys enjoying the worst surfing in the world?
Run! The banjo music is still after us.
It's a wonderful time of your life.
I know because I've been watching you.
These teenage years are the time when the world is your oyster.
Yes, the world is a slimy mollusk that when eaten can cause paralysis and death.
A time when life can be a marvelous cycle of preparation and study for the years to come,
No, those are the articles. The nude pictures are over here.
liberally spiced with the fun and friendships which can and should be a part of it.
Yeah, we're giant nerds.
We really are.
Nice save. Good effort.
But these years can be a time of great change, chemical changes of the body as it grows and develops.
Sexy changes.
Changes that can also affect the way you look.
And whether or not your nickname changes from Pinky Dink to Pizza Face.
I'm sitting rigidly in a small pool of light. Why? What are you doing?
No way. I'm sitting rigidly in a small pool of light. You can't just copy me.
I have literally been sitting in a small pool of light my entire life, so don't hand me that.
Oh, that creepy guy's filming us again.
Let's suppose that you're one of these students. Let's suppose that you have a complexion problem.
Let's suppose you were ugly
Okay,
enough
let's
to
talk
begin
about
with.
All right, well, hey!
Suppose
First
it.
of
Go
all-
ahead.
How many of these young people will have some trouble with their complexion?
3. No, 12.
Almost all of them,
Almost all of them.
to some degree or other.
To some degree or another.
Some mild,
Some mild.
some moderate,
Some moderate.
some severe.
Some severe.
But the problem will exist in nearly all of them.
Yep, and nearly all of them, just like I said.
You're
All
making
right.
years.
The copying of the narrator.
You
Look,
may
I
call
made my
this
pool of
problem
light
by
even
different
smaller, so
names.
in your face.
Simple.
Oh, really? How big
Or-
would you say?
Oh,
Zit.
really small, like 18 inches or so.
Blackheads.
Aha! Aha! Mine
But
is
the
even
medical profession
smaller.
calls it
Damn it! Sitting rigidly in an even smaller pool of light is my gig. I invented it.
What's it
This
like in your
girl.
giant pool of light?
Why has she lost the crystal clear complexion she had when she was
I'm only being
5
lit from
years
one
old?
side.
Wait, can she do that?
And the
Hey, I
boy?
heard you got one up by a
What
kid.
happened to
Eat
the
it. Eat
flawless
so
complexion he
much
had
of
during
it.
his little league days? Those complexions.
Ah, they're merging into one monstrous
gone.
banjo-loving super
As part of
being.
the
Hide your
five
souls!
stages, become a young man or a young woman. But what is the cause of acne?
Whoa, they have both stepped
be
up their
honest,
game. Look at that.
We're just beginning to find out. During the teen years, the hormone balance in everyone's body changes,
Except Mike's.
transforming
Right,
the child
hey.
into an adult.
You have no hormones.
But this change also sets the stage for acne.
Especially if your head is a
Let's start
basketball.
with basics. What are hormones?
Things baseball players inject
To put
between their
it
toes?
simply, hormones are chemical substances produced by the body to control growth and function.
They're quite naughty.
Male hormones circulating in the bloodstream broaden a boy's shoulders and develop his muscles.
And his weenus.
Female hormones transform that tomboy of 10 into a young woman, a young adult.
A hottie is what I'm saying.
Very important, these hormones. Without them, there'd be no change from child to adult.
But your chances of
And
starring
yet,
in an 80s
As
sitcom would
important
be
as they
high.
are, they can cause changes in the body.
Our engines are out.
Seem
We're going in. SOS! SOS!
New Owens Corning flesh tiles come fully assembled with all the glands.
Oh, yeah. Show me the underside of your skin, baby.
Hormones also affect the sebaceous gland.
Home of sebaceous crumb.
Thousands of little glands found especially in the skin of the face, chest, and back.
Hey, he's right.
Put your shirt back on, Bill.
These glands are small. They secrete an oil called sebum, a natural lubricant to prevent excessive dryness of the skin.
And the dirtiest non-dirty word
While the
there
body
is.
is young,
Sebum.
while the sebaceous glands are still small,
Limp,
very little
lifeless.
sebum is produced. But as the child grows toward adulthood,
He stops
the
liking
same
Adam Sandler.
hormones that trigger growth also help to enlarge the sebaceous glands to many times their original size.
Often as large
At
as
the
a
same
football.
time, sebum production is also greatly increased.
Soon the entire body is consumed.
Conditions are now right for the possible development of acne.
Just look at these filthy, disgusting creatures, sebum oozing out of their every pore, their skin waxy and slick with the hideous goo.
This is a pore in the skin, an opening to the sebaceous glands,
He sounds
or a
unsure.
hair follicle with many glands. The pore contains sebum,
A sack of
and it
sebum,
also
if you
contains
will.
that ever-present enemy, bacteria.
Which will eventually kill us all.
As the sebaceous gland enlarges, the sebum thickens
There's something worse than
and
regular
does not flow as
sebum?
freely as it should. This can be further complicated by the walls of the opening becoming thicker, almost closing it off.
A direct result of
So in
sinfulness.
effect, this entire area, the sebaceous gland, the hair follicle, and especially the sebum within,
Coming this fall,
is blocked.
the sebum within.
The blocked pore now forms what is commonly called a blackhead. How often have you heard this?
Joey!
I'm out of vodka.
Wash your face. Blackheads are just dirt, you know.
Sorry, Mom, that's wrong.
Get out of my
They're
house.
not caused by dirt or uncleanliness. They're caused by exposure to the air.
Ah, common rust.
Oxidation of the exposed sebum. Oxidation which turns them black.
A crust of rotted
Sometimes
sebum.
the sebum is not exposed
Yep.
to air, even though blockage has occurred. What results is a whitehead.
You should squirt it on your mirror.
As more sebum is produced, the gland wall ruptures.
Sebum, nature's
Then
high explosive.
inflammation starts.
Sebum.
The skin around the blocked pore becomes red as bacteria that have always been in the pore,
A potato
breaking
develops.
down the sebum
Eventually.
into acid byproducts, irritating the skin, and finally coming to a head, or what doctors call a pustule.
Doctors have a way with revolting
Even
names.
though the cause is the same, blockage of the sebaceous gland, some cases are mild and some severe.
And then there's Mickey
Severe
Rourke.
acne can lead to scarring, a serious matter that should get professional attention.
And is more shameful than syphilis.
So, this is the why of acne.
The dear God,
It's
why?
a disorder of youth, caused primarily by hormone changes affecting the sebaceous glands.
I love
There
my
are brighter
acne.
sides to this problem.
Acne is out of sight.
Acne is temporary. There is no absolute rule of time, but usually acne will persist for a year or more,
Eating your face to the bone.
sometimes flaring up, sometimes improving for a while, but usually tending to improve in the 20s.
Your unemployment years.
But don't wait for it to go away. There is something you can do about it.
Call your congressman.
It's a good idea to see your doctor, especially if you have many pimples or blackheads.
See, this is where your
Because
penis
there's no
should
way
be.
for you to know whether your acne will disappear in 6 months, whether it will be a stubborn case, or whether it is going to be severe.
You have terminal acne.
And there are things you yourself can do to help.
I love the strip
Think
club
of it this way.
soundtrack.
It's your sebaceous glands and the oil they produce that are part of the problem.
You troublemaker.
So don't add to this problem by using heavy, oily makeup, cold cream, or even greasy acne salve.
But I'm a part-time clown.
Adding oil and grease to the skin doesn't contribute to keeping the pores clear.
So use a washcloth
In other
instead
words,
of bacon.
Whenever you treat acne, clear it. Don't cover it.
And if it's yellow, let it
And
mellow.
don't forget, there is a lot
Off-topic
of
there.
natural oil in everyone's hair. Oil that can get on your face.
So don't wash your face with hair.
So don't forget to shampoo enough to keep excess oil out of your hair.
Then it will drain safely into the
But
oceans
this
where
advice
all
is
oil
only
belongs.
another way of stating the first rule of skin care. The best way to keep skin clear,
Is wearing a hazmat suit
Proper
inside an airtight chamber 24/7.
wash 2 ways. Gently,
Or with shocking
And frequently.
violence.
and in choosing a remedy, be sure that it is oil-free, not a greasy cream.
Or a creamy
Be
grease.
sure that it does not stain or irritate your skin or clog the pores. Now, you may think we're changing the subject abruptly.
But hey, look,
We
a
have a
parade's
point.
coming. Goodbye.
Did you ever think of this? That since the beginning of time, no 2 human beings have ever been exactly alike.
Except for every man on the Jersey
Maybe you
Shore.
have some friends who are twins, and you can't tell them apart.
Look, it's those cute cray boys.
They are different in sometimes subtle ways.
Gum, double mint, gum,
their body
double mint,
chemistry.
gum, double mint, double mint,
Their
gum,
temperaments.
gum, double mint,
Their ability.
double mint, gum.
And this difference in all of us is strongly emphasized in the causes and the treatment of acne.
The real culprit
Each
here
case
is differences.
is
We
individual.
must work to become a more
What is
homogeneous
important
race.
for one person
Yeah, that'll end
may
well.
not be important for another. For instance, Betty finds that a bit of sun helps her skin,
Whereas Veronica,
while Joan has an acne flare-up with the mildest of sunburn.
The point is, wear huge bikini
Jerry
bottoms.
occasionally eats chocolate and French fries and drinks soda pop, and it doesn't seem to affect his acne. But Bob
Erupts
from
like
sad
Krakatoa
experience,
when he's in the
has
same
to
room as a
avoid these
Hershey bar.
foods like the plague. Ken has discovered that emotional upsets
are fun.
Exam.
So he seeks them
Or
out in his
fatigue
ever faster
seem to
descent into
aggravate
dangerous
his acne.
psychosis.
But these things don't concern Bob. He just has to watch his diet.
Bob eats nothing but
And so
yak
each
meat.
case of acne is somewhat individual. There are many factors,
Though huge
Some of which
bikini
will
bottoms are
apply
the
to
inevitable
you,
result.
and some of which will not. But it is also true that there are basic factors which apply to all causes of acne.
Your genetic inferiority,
Let's
for
summarize.
example.
Acne is the result of basic changes in your hormones, affecting your sebaceous gland.
Or exploding
It
sack
is
of
not
pus.
contagious. It can't be transmitted from one person to another. It is not solely caused by improper diets.
Or by excessive
Or by
toad
dirt.
licking.
Excessive, yes, because there
And there
is a
is
reasonable
something
amount of toad
you
licking
can do
one
about
can
it.
do.
Oh, of course.
3 things, basically. First, good hygiene. Cleanliness.
Godliness
proper
is
diet,
optional, though often
proper
helpful.
rest. All of the things you should do in any case, as a matter of personal health.
Hey, kid, you were dry an hour ago.
Second,
Now you're just being weird.
Your physician can help. He's the expert. He is the person who can determine your individual requirements.
We'll need to remove your whole head, of course.
And third, there are medications which can help you. Choose them carefully.
Making squinchy, over
Use them
serious
faithfully.
faces at the bottles always
They're
helps.
designed for your complexion problem. And a final word. Don't wait for time to do the whole job.
And don't try to explode
Give
hourglasses with your mind.
And yourself a boost. You can do something about acne.
I'm better at hourglass staring.
No, you're not.
You can eat fountain sandwiches to defeat acne.
That's good fountain.
You can make an endless Dukes of Hazzard type soundtrack to defeat acne.
You can travel in giant striped donuts to defeat acne.
Even at the worst surfing in the world, I'm the worst.
I'm glad we stole that toddler's ball.
And if your acne is just too far gone, you can engage in risky behavior and hasten the sweet mercy of death.
Good Lord, we drove all the way to Syria and the banjo music is still after us. Curse you, Flat and Scruggs!
I don't know, I find acne kind of sexy on a guy, and most of my hot friends agree.
Really? Hi, this is your narrator. Forget everything I said. Acne rules!
Their double date is not going well.
Stay tuned for our sequel, You Can Do Something About Wearing Long Pants to the Beach.
Sebum!
Riff Tracks. Some movies have it coming. This has been a Riff Tracks presentation. Riff Tracks, copyright by Riff Tracks and Legend Films. All rights reserved. Unauthorized use or duplication is prohibited.